Stamkos there. They defended that well, but I like the pressure. I like the net front by the Predators.
Nashville continues on the power play to get good action. There's a big hit by LaRue. He was called up to do it. He's mixing it up with Marchand, which is something he's been thinking about. You heard him.
One of his idols.
Oh, absolutely. And he said, I grew up in Montreal. We do not like the Bruins up there. LaRue running in now to Peak. Andrew Peak, another big body on that blue line. Trying to inspire Cole Smith and Michael McCarron. There.
Delgaizo with the block shot. Hawks are buzzing tonight.
That Predators have in general in terms of a hard-working, blue-collar type team, and then they've got a lot of new pieces this year coming from other teams. They're trying to figure out who they are, and right now, cute's not what the coaches want to see.
Reichel was there. Provides a lot of speed with his veteran wingers. There's a hard hit there.
And they can stop giving up the 2-on-1s and the turnovers. They're going to be in good situation here tonight.
We are underway. He's able to get it to Fabro. Good job protecting the house in front of the young goaltender, Scott Wedgwood. I say young. Wedgwood is a veteran, 32 years of age.
They did a good job, and that's important. That's when, oh, here we go.
And he said, if you really think about it, Stamkos is about 18 inches from having like 6 goals, and he's only got one.
As Al Pacino said, it's a game of inches.
It really is.
It really is, though. He's played well. He's had so many chances.
This one tipped out of the air. The Nashville 0 for 1. That was the first power play for either team so far. Mark Jankowski in the neutral zone. Got a wave of gold jerseys coming across the line with speed. Lazan lost, keep the puck moving.
Sissons took a direct hit there. I hope he's okay. Finished the shift or went back in the defensive zone at least. Just changed up and he's getting looked at now on the bench.
Starts the offense. Here's the fourth line again. Cole Smith went crashing in. McCarron pressures the puck carrier. Puck stays in play. LaRue throws his body in there.
A start machine, 63 or more starts. 3 years in a row for Saros. Gensel's shot blocked by Fabro. Jake Gensel centers one. Back to Lilleberg at the left point. Floats one, guided by Atkinson towards the net. That was intercepted and lifted free by Shen. Smith chops it deep. Lilleberg back to protect in the far corner. Perbix tries to keep it moving. McCarron digs in, as does Cole Smith. It's flipped up, and Atkinson leaves a nice little soft backhanded pass for Girgensons. 6:45 to go in the third period, tied at 2. Braden Point across the line. Lobbed intended for him. Fakes, try to go in front for the tap into Perry. Couldn't quite get it there. I think Noah Philp's going to get a chance to play against Calgary.
Sent in deep. Shen will be first. Ivan is on his tail. Out to the point. Picked off. John Ludwig. Middlestat goes cross ice. It makes its way all the way to the other side. As Andrew Burnett tries to find the right formula here to get back in the game. LA has been rock solid in the D zone. They've made it so tough. Nashville. He goes cross ice. Barkov makes the move. He's all the way in, and it's stolen last minute. It pops out to the slot, and it's cleared right to the line, but not out. Nico Mikkola knocked down the clearing intent from Zach LaRue.
There's no weakness on this Florida Panthers team. They up and down the lineup.
Body position for Lazan, trying to box out and hold Greer off. Predators come away with the puck. LaRue pushes it forward. Samaskevich back to grab it. He'll stretch the D. Brady Shea able to clear it length of the ice. You mentioned this, Mace, with the Predators on the kill again. It's the penalty kill came in number 1, and this has been overall a successful night in terms of killing off.
You mentioned Bruno's playing them more in this period, letting them go out there and find their game. That's a good sign. You're going to need those young players. Start of the year, but they're starting to fall. You're seeing that for the guys in goal, especially if everyone else can. How extensive your hockey knowledge is. You know what it's supposed to look like. This first period, this is what it's supposed to look like when this team is playing the way that they're capable of playing.
Looking for Cole Smith. 8:50 on the clock in regulation. LaRue all over the place and a huge hit on Kesselring.
Evangelista was about to get scratched. Hold on, I'll hold that thought.
Josie tried to fire it through the traffic from the point.
They're just doing a remarkable job. Really confident good communication, working well as four-man units, just always seem like they're in total control in a very chaotic situation.
I think it surprised Saros. It's hard to tell. Rantanen is such a deadly shooter.
Yeah.
Rantanen had 2 goals on Saturday. It's out now. The Predators' confidence will be tested here. Trying to see if the Predators can find a way in a hostile environment. 6:14 to go in regulation time. Final minute of play in regulation time. No icing here. Cole Smith on the forecheck against Manson. Kiviranta takes the hit. Josi had to back off. Here's McKinnon. Tracked by Josi. McKinnon goes through. Save made by Saros. In the matchup between the Predators and Oilers in Nashville, he's responded with an excellent game. He's been one of the better forwards for the Predators tonight.
Yeah, he's been, that line's done really good. Again, they're playing simple. They're going in there.
Oilers on home ice so far this year, just 3-5-1. Very surprising. Nashville has struggled in the recent part of this game, but they trail by just a goal.
He's been a nice add for the Vancouver Canucks.
Hronek signed a new contract during the offseason. Up the wing to Danton Heinen cross ice. He's picked up by Zach Leroux, put a body on him. Leroux has his first NHL goal tonight. He leads Cole Smith up the ice. Here's McCarron's got some room. Shot was tied up and it went wide. McCarron tries to chase down his own rebound. Hard hit from Leroux.
Didn't have the camera in the locker room for the lineup read today. We could have gone back and reviewed the video and see where the mistake was.
Happens more than it does happen.
Yeah. Ford calmly swings it for Mahura and a quick breakout for Seattle. Oh, that one hit the curved glass on the Seattle bench. Nashville looking to put the pieces together here in year 2.
I'm hoping some of those big acquisitions in the offseason start to find the chemistry within the organization.
Flint Myers trying to track down a bouncing puck. Tomasino takes a hit there from Tolvanen. Off the boards, Tolvanen poked at it, kicked away by Sprong right to...
Again, just really, and you talk about the shutout, it was pretty easy shutout, I think, for Decord, and that's what they talk about. They got to get to the interior, they got to get to the front of the net, they have to be harder. And they're just...
Shifley trying to take him, but Shifley ends up providing the screen also.
To the Golden Hall, you saw old Uncle Barry. January 16th, they'll be inducted, so make sure you get tickets to that game. And, well, you know what the heck, we'll have another celebration.
Boy, that last point, I think, Mace, really says a lot. First game that Stamkos and Marchessault have scored in the same contest. Hopefully, that's far from the last. Those guys could really make it happen. That's what. Here's Mark Delgaizo, the New Jersey native out there. From about 30 minutes up the road in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. He's got a ton of people tonight, maybe triple digits. Here we go. The centering pass. This one played back to center by Brack. Nashville trying to get their bearings straight here. Get stabilized in this game, almost 4 minutes in. Send him down to Milwaukee, so you can't send him down anymore. And so now it's up to him to make the most of his chance in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think you've seen Zach Leroux come up, and these guys, oh, here we go.
Turnover down low. Here's a shot. They've scored a few off the rush tonight. Cole Smith secures the puck. Tries to lead in Zach Leroux. He'll work against Hughes in the second period. Svechkov won the battle. He was looking for somebody at the point, but Delgaizo was still at center ice. Back come the Devils. So he shuts down all communication, wants to make sure he doesn't know the score when he turns it on. That's awesome. Nashville converging on the net again, trying to go ahead. Here's Roman Josi, gets through, shoots. It's behind Leroux. He can't find the rebound. Racing for the counter. Broke his stick in the process. Gets another one, trying to get the stick and control the puck at the same time. And then we got a player down at center ice. It's Frost.
Leroux knocked the wind out of them. They're both going for that puck, and Leroux corked them.
Comes in on the one-man forecheck. Andre sees the second forechecker come in. Predators get the puck back. It's that fourth line.
Good neutral zone. That's one thing they've done.
He's got it again. Sorelli staying with it in the corner. Hagel waits. Moser to Hedman. He's got some room. It'll be Tampa going back home to play Toronto. He's giving, but that could be the case. All you can do is play the next game. Shen back for Smith. Loose puck behind the cage. Hagel is on it. Zach LaRue and Cole Smith looking for a loose puck. Cole Smith plays it back deep in the corner. LaRue able to fish it out. Looks wrap around. Poke checked away last minute by Merrill. Up the ice, Devin Shore. Good job by Svechkov to cover for him.
The bench, Minnesota was yelling. They wanted a penalty on Carrier. They thought he held after he broke the stick. I think we might have got away with one there.
Cleared by the Wild. Tracked down by Wilsby. This is his first shift since that marathon. 3 minutes and 43 seconds. If you're on the ice for a minute and a half, it's long. 2 minutes is extremely long. 3:43. Just in case you're wondering. A blast from the outside. Changed directions a couple of times. From his knees, the shot. Did not get through. Another shot. That didn't get through either. Sissons letting it fly. Zach LaRue giving up the body right in front. Thirds of the faceoffs. And now they win another one. Wilsby deals it in. Benoit to Timmins. It bypasses him. Wilsby tries to keep it in. Finds his new partner, Adam Wilsby. Now LaRue. A race for the puck. Colton Sissons, another guy that is underachieved by his standards, compared to last year especially.
Going to turn the game around and get that momentum back.
Stamkos can still get the wheels going. He was clocked at 25 miles an hour on that sprint. Wow. Timmins around the rim looking for Lawrence.
Crazy. It's hard to get chances in this league. It's hard to get to those areas, and when you do, you've got to get something out of it.
Predators have had plenty of offensive zone time, but they do not have a shot in 14 minutes on net. The D, and that will at least allow the Predators to get a line change. 6.5 minutes gone in this first period. Nashville in game 2 of a 3-game road trip. LaRue just Nashville trying to build. Puck misplayed by Wilsby.
There's some life in their game right now.
Nashville searching for that tying goal.
You know, one thing when you're playing a team like Nashville,
it'll be Shen and Wilsby again, the veteran and the youngster. Thomas Shabbat, gifted defenseman. Works it back to his partner, Nick Jensen. He was picked up in a trade.
He hasn't been great this year, just about average.
On the counter, Senators try to strike quickly. Coleman wins the battle. Long stretch pass, deflected. Larson on his way off the ice, dumps it in. Out that pass, near side, Kuzmenko.
It's eventually going to, it's just a matter of is it too late, or can they do it in time and get some sort of miracle run going.
Nashville has also had at least 3 goals, but it's been knocked down by Gravel. Gravel is a big guy, and he just keeps it simple. As you heard Hal Gill say, he's rangy, he blocks shots, he knows what he can do and what he can't do. Moves it ahead for Dallas. Sends it behind the net. Wilsby's on it. Can't clear. Bischel. Been the story of the season for the Predators, though. So many close games where they just have not been able to make the winning play, the key play at the key time. And they've come up a buck short a bunch. Broke through in a great win in Dallas. Trying to build off of that, which is another thing.
Issue with a 2-0 lead. Can't give them many opportunities. Preds have to keep fighting, though. They've been playing a solid hockey game.
He's got Evangelista. Had to step on the defender. Not able to hook up with him. Evangelista, a big goal in the loss on Saturday against Colorado, which cut the game to 3-2. He'll drive it up the ice. Leads in Nyquist. Forsberg goes off for a change. Nyquist back to the slot. Stamkos looks for the next pass. It's broken up by Vesey. Hard hit by LaRue. To pick it up is LaRue. Nashville trying to change with all of their attackers in the offensive zone. Schneider now has a chance to get it out. He'll just flip it in the air.
Obviously, there's a lot of plays that he hasn't seen right now. Probably one who would like to have back.
You got to wonder what's going through Wilsby's mind. You know, he grew up adoring and watching and studying Erik Karlsson all of his life. He told Max Herstad today that was his favorite player. Now he sees in there. Brady Shea with the go-ahead goal. One of the more entertaining games we've seen in Bridgestone Arena this year. But that gave us a little more time to set the lineups for you. And here's Roman Josi back in there. He's missed the last 4 games. 4 2/3, really, when you look at it. This one gets past. Like Blankenberg. Waits for the forward lines to get set. They're making a change. Over the boards comes LaRue and O'Reilly. LaRue comes in behind. O'Reilly tried to feed it. Cut off by Fogle. Here comes Marchessault. He's going to be angry too. Marchessault powers up the way. Looked like he might have got slashed.
Yeah.
Hard hit by LaRue. He sent Turcotte flying. Under 90 seconds to go in the second period. Nashville has had the upper hand in this entire period. Taking the game to the Kings. Can they add to it? Good job to stay with the play and clear it on the next play. Not get too discouraged. And he bangs his stick on the ice in frustration. To double-digit wins on Saturday. Unthinkable when the season started. They're trying to chip away one game at a time.
Defense are playing really well. The goaltending's been excellent. Starting to settle in. It's taken a while, but I think they're liking their game right now.
Robinson thrown to the ice by LaRue. Moving ahead, Natchez. Lateral pass deflected partially by Sissons. Out to the line again and across. Walker's got to put it in reverse. LaRue drives him into the board. It's a big snowstorm, and the Predators played the Red Wings, who at that time were taken by Orlov. He was able to turn sharply up the ice. Blankenberg, the stall all over. Centering pass hit the side of the cage and stays in the corner. Here's Josi.
We asked them for 3 hours, and now it's down to 20 minutes. Let's see what you have. Leave it out there.
Zach LaRue, 5 hits in the first 2 periods, and now a penalty call is coming up. Lozon patrolling the slot well was Blankenberg. Into that play. O'Reilly trying desperately to get a forecheck back going. Baines. Jammed up against the boards is LaRue. Josi flips it over that wall of defenders. Chased down by Philip Broberg. On the breakout, Bolduc makes the feed. Drives one towards it off the tip of the glove of Hofer. Rebound O'Reilly. Twisted in front. LaRue was stationed off to the side of the net. Had a good look. Plays. Nyquist looks for a play. That's deflected back to Kyrou. Another turnover, and Kyrou attacks. Kyrou looking for help. And LaRue just single-handedly bowls him over to take it back.
Halfway through this game.
Predators trying desperately to find the road mojo. Only 3 road wins, fewest in the NHL. And the next 6 uses his wheels to get away from Saad. Now looks up ice.
Well, that's when you need your power play. That's when it could be a weapon. You have that opportunity to get within 1. They make another big play. They've got 2 goals in this game.
They average 4 goals per game on this sheet of ice. Zach LaRue finding Roman Josi. Keon. He's a Stanley.
Sealed off by Morgan Barron. Keon. Now Logan Stanley quickly up the ice. Comes all the way back down. Played by Saros.
We've got to get in front of him. Take his eyes away. He's one of the best goalies in this league. He sees it. He's going to save it. You got to get to the net. You have to time it up with that shot from the point there. Just missed the net on that one.
Took himself off the faceoff. He barrels his way into the corner. Starts the cycle. Top line out there for the Jet. Connor Hellebuck, Triple Crown threat, leading the NHL in the 3 major categories: wins, goals against, and save percentage. Playing with confidence. Let's work back down low. Chisholm to the near side for Ben Jones. So he and LaRue with the fight in the first period. LaRue put a big body on him right at the blue line there. Josi had it deflected initially, chased it down himself.
Thought I was almost going to jinx it there, but Preds have done a really good job in the neutral zone, getting stops in the D zone. And
now here's Zach LaRue, all the way to the front. Can't tuck it in. Couldn't quite get to the angle to force the shot. Great one, or the grade 8, I should say. OV, as they like to call it.
David Poyle in the house, fist bumping and slamming beers.
It's going to be a big week for sure, with the team on a homestand and the big celebration for the Golden Hall full of strength of schedule. Nashville trying to survive it. Here they come again. LaRue! Blocker saved by Samsonov, the former Toronto Maple Leaf. 10 shots unanswered. It's gone on for a couple of months, but he's shown signs of life the last 3 games. Stastny gets it back. It leaks on him. Stayed on side. It'll get you caught up on the score. Nashville moving it in. Everybody yelling at the refs. Play continues. 5:52 left. Everybody joining the party in the corner. Merging is Hayes. LaRue with a good strong shoulder. Fedor Svechkov slams on the brakes. Drops it off Novak. Novak attack, brings it in. Save made by Soderblom. Good speed.
Predictable or playing it in great structure. Sometimes you find yourself fall into that trap, into that game plan.
Svechkov, a power move, a rising shot, but too high. Could really put it in gear there. Cunningham looking for more offense. If you go down towards a minute and a half to go in the period. A shot from the outside. Saros saw it late. It glanced wide. Jen trying to stay on his skate. Now Svechkov looking for a breakout. Shin closing fast. Crashing in was Yossi. Trying to disrupt the play. Now Novak, he has 2 points on the night.
And you heard Gus Nyquist talk about.
Here comes Colton Sissons on a 2-on-1 with LaRue. Tries to send it over, and it's deflected by Cody Ceci. Good hard-nosed defensive play.
A good block there by Ceci, breaking up that play.
Shifting by various wingers with those two tonight. Mason Matavich, another one of those phenoms that they're building around. Out on the ice here. Cutter Gauthier was saying it this morning. His team all echoed it when we got a chance to talk to them. They know they have to be better defensively, but it has not happened so far tonight. Nashville, if you joined us late, going with 11 forwards and 7 defensemen tonight. Barron got dumped to the ice. As he was sliding, he dumped it into the corner.
I'm ready to go, so I'm guessing they're right there.
Back to the action. Michael McCarron's line starts off. This one sent up the middle of the ice. Vancouver is on a
humble skills. You love seeing the dads too. You're like, oh, that's exactly them.
I can tell you whose kid that is.
It's hilarious.
Back to the action here. Over 11 minutes gone by in the first. Fadeaway shot by Pettersson is blocked. Nashville exits the zone. Novak leading the breakout. Novak and LaRue, they hooked up for the first goal. Such front of the Canucks bench, taken there by Höglander, who got the scoring started tonight. Höglander juggles it, picked up now by Novak. He had it loose for a moment. Juleson took a hit from LaRue. Now moving it ahead, Joshua's got an open man. Hughes, he shoots! Wide of the net. Scary moment. Nashville gets it back. Svechkov hits the Jets. DiGiuseppe turned him away.
Big guys, but I don't care how big you are. Nobody likes to get hit in the boards when you turn backwards going for a puck.
Speaking of that, a hard hit by LaRue. Picked up by the Predators. Up the boards, kept in Shen. Stamkos down the middle to the wing. Oh, in front, it was looking Forsberg. LaRue tried last minute to find that blade of Forsberg right in front of the blue paint. Pass it to himself. He leaves it there. Pass back in front. Guided wide by LaRue. 13 seconds to go. A hard hit there by LaRue against Benson.
Will them to the finish line. 3:23 left in the third.
They give up 3.57 per game. Nashville has not lit the lamp yet. Blankenburg sends it behind the net. Nashville got a ton of offense in the first meeting against the Penguins. Lost it a wild one, 5-4.
And you're able to get that elevation. Saros is on his way over, and Crosby just roofed it.
But Crosby was all by himself. Now a counter. Centering pass by Svechkov got deflected just as Novak. Svechkov a rebound. Rebound whacked out of the air wide by LaRue. Oh, good action by the youngsters.
Yep.
Good save by Nashville. He had to just jump right in.
Yep.
Without anything but the warm-up tonight.
He's been good.
He's gotten better as the game goes along. LaRue with a big shoulder. Now jumping into the play. It's Gravel. He's more of a stay-at-home defenseman, but he saw the space. Now a battle for the puck along the half wall, taken back. It's one of the better defensive teams in the league. You might not realize it, but Ottawa is a Kevin Gravel. Novak tries to get the forward check going, pried it loose. Novak gets it back from Svechkov. Here comes Zach LaRue. Throws his... O'Reilly sucks the defender in. Takes it back. Crafty play by O'Reilly. Almost took Forsberg and sent him in.
NHL career for Joachim.
First round pick. Still only 20 years of age if you joined us late. Nashville has high hopes for him over the long term. Svechkov able to work back in a long pass intended for LaRue. Could not quite control it. Nashville came out of the gate. He's as a Predator. Nashville strips him of the puck here. And it's Michael McCarron floating it towards Kemper. So a soft first shot of the game. Mikey Anderson. Osterley, who has to go back and retrieve. 14 minutes into the second. Last game against Anaheim. The trailer is Vrana. Now Zach LaRue back in the lineup. Can he make a play? He had a good chance in the second period. And LaRue pins his man to the boards, comes up with the puck. That's fired back to the net. Onanen kicks up the rebound. LaRue fires it up along the railing. Great keep in by Doughty. Pressure on. Good chances for both teams. Shifting his way. Turned back by Nashville. They will not call icing here. Crowd urging the Kings on. Full possession off the faceoff, won by O'Reilly. 10 seconds away from a big kill. Hofer jams at it, lost it. Nashville jumped in. Zach LaRue trying to be opportunistic.
Getting a little bit of a groove here going down the stretch.
When you noticed that this morning, I was starting to, in my mind, say, how long into the broadcast will Mace bring that up? Well, it was about 3 minutes.
Well, he showed me pictures of it in it.
Stamkos trying to find that loose puck. Zach LaRue just comes into the game. Sissons will lead him into the corner. Zach LaRue going to work. Big at Zegras, and Nashville is able to take it away from him. LaRue floats it for Smith. No icing here. Smith leaped over Mitchikov. Got to it first. Everybody continues to play alongside of a couple of top-end players, and he's got 19 goals. Just what you want from a player like that. It allows them to split up their top four. In Forsberg's game, the light went on, and you're starting to see the all-star caliber that he is, just powering his way to the net. Nashville last played here on December 27th. They got off to a really rough start. Remember, that was after that Christmas break where they had played so well going into the break. And the Blues put a blitzkrieg on. Jarvis so dangerous. He's got 18 goals since January 1st. Backdoor feet cut off by Saros. Sent back to the corner. Nashville can't clear. Blues with an offensive zone possession. Centering pass. Got through everybody and out to center. That's the halfway point of period 3. Nashville scored 2 in the first. Svechkov 1, Shea 1. Crowd reacting and the bench reacting. No call either way. O'Reilly retaliated. Now Sissons puts a big body on Howden. So mark that one.
He's a lefty, so it would have been a tough redirect on his backhand, and Svechkov just decided to wire it. Went high and wide, though, but like that confidence to shoot the puck in that situation.
But you mentioned it, Base. Vegas has won 5 in a row. Barron racing back under pressure. Svechkov took a spill. No icing here. Killing unit. You feel like you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And then one play.
Fedotov, he struggled a couple times. I wouldn't mind dumping it into him a little more often.
Nashville wants to challenge him. Here's a shot fought off by Fedotov, who is really the follow-up stop. Behind the net it goes. Hathaway now looking. Justus Arnhem has been sharp.
Underway. Really sort of restarted his career. Had a great year last year in the contract year. And he was signed by the Blue Jackets, and he's fitted very well here with already 30 assists on the year. He knows about McCarron and Smith. Heavy forecheckers. Smith takes the puck from him. Monahan helps up, and it's looped to center. Englund to the line, and
It's tough when you have possession and you turn it over like that. You got guys that are trying to go. You're trying to create offense. Catch your breath enough to yell at the refs for calling a very marginal call.
Well, let's see if the yes.
Questionable plays.
I don't know about a lot, but definitely more than there were called. Elvis Brzlikins. And now here we go again. If you like 4-on-4, that's what's coming now. 2:56 to go.
You mentioned earlier they've been giving up a lot of shots lately, but this is one of the Preds' best offensive chance periods they've had in a long time, aside from maybe that second period in Columbus where they're able to get back in the hockey game.
Skipping puck. Osterley on both ends of the ice. Able to clear. Dumba sends it back his way. Digging around for that thing.
5 guys, burger and fries.
Forsberg able to chip it into space. LaRue flying after it. No icing here. Bischel. He scored a lot of goals in this league. 16 this year. Ottinger waits. So Ottinger weathered the storm early. Nashville with that huge shot edge early in the game.
It's been a storybook season for the Capitals.
Pass stolen by Marchman. Played back to the net. Tipped by LaRue. LaRue pinned to the boards by Ceci.
Clock getting open for one of those passes. Some good shifts here early by Wood.
Here's Matheson being harassed here by the former Hab McCarron. And Carrier. Shot did not get through. Got his own rebound. Tried to hit Forsberg. So Montreal, with some of these young players, they've been picking hot.
The net got a lot of blocks, a lot of missed. And you can see that's the lack of goal production has been a result.
So Dobesh will go back home after this one to play the Red Wings on Tuesday. The Red Wings have faltered.
Called out from Patrick Waugh.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation. We'll see how that plays out in the coming months. Islanders still alive in the playoff race, as we showed you, but they must win this game tonight. Practice time.
Yeah, I thought he fit in right well, very well. And you're playing with McCarron and Smith, and they play the majority of the game in the offensive zone, so it's a good chance to really kind of protect your young player to start for sure.
Hard workers, O'Reilly and Bunting.
Yeah, it's really good. I really like Bunting coming over once he got back in the lineup. Just what he brings, his tenacity, just how he gets in there, sticks his nose and everything.
Islanders have won their last 2. Nashville has lost their last 6 in every which way. 3 1-goal losses, plus a 3-1 loss to Vegas, in which the third. Now Barron brings it back in. A nicely timed hit there by Romano.
Yeah, that was perfect. Well played.
The old Dan Hamhuis hip check there. Yep. By the veteran Ian Cole, who's now up over 900 games. Zach LaRue is tangled up, and that was quite comical. He was being pulled along as if he was a sled. Utah led this game 2-0 in the closing minutes of the second period. This one fed to the line and kept in by Barron. Englund just punches it behind the net. Up for grabs, scooping in DeSimone. Nick DeSimone, the former Devil. Back they come, Barrett Hayton with Yamamoto. Wanted to make the layup play, but Nashville was able to get back into coverage. McCarron grinding at the end of the shift. Zach LaRue comes on board. As the crowd gets into it.
Good hockey right now.
Here's LaRue. LaRue has really been a spark plug here with Stamkos and Marchessault. Able to get to it. Delgaiso playing with Upco tonight. Both players played collegiately at UMass Amherst, but not at the same time. Comes out to Utah. McBain with Krause. Rugged line out there. And Nashville can't get it out of the zone. They'll try a second time. Diving play. Utah has a chance to get to 91 points if they can win out. They've got St. Louis coming up tomorrow.
So you mentioned there's a lot of implications on that one tomorrow.
Dallas has lost their last 3. So the season finale is here. An early goal against UC Saros. Marchment from Duchesne and Sagan. This is Brendan Smith. Saw Jason Robertson getting a little shaken up. Now a stretch pass for Cole Smith. A breakaway. Rebound.